Hello. Today we're going to talk about the three major forms of public speaking. The three major forms of public speaking. We're going to go into each of the major forms in great detail when we get to that, but I wanted to give you a brief overview of the three major forms of public speaking because we're going to cover each individually. The first major form of public speaking we're going to talk about is impromptu speaking. Impromptu is an ancient Greek word that means surprise. And it's a surprise when you give an impromptu speech because impromptu speaking is speaking with absolutely no preparation, no practice, no notes, no anything. Just what you have in your head and your heart at the time that you give an impromptu speech. The next major form of public speaking that we will cover is called informative speaking. The informative speaking, the name gives away informative speaking. When you give an informative speech, your purpose is to inform the persons or person with whom you are speaking, to inform them about something or somebody or some event or some occurrence. And informative speaking simply intends to and does inform somebody. And we'll go into a little bit more detail when I come back to this. But the next and third form of public speaking that we're going to cover is called persuasive speaking. Persuasive speaking's name gives it away also because persuasive speaking's goal is to persuade somebody. Persuade, what does that mean? When you persuade somebody, you are attempting to change or modify or alter something that they believe, something they don't believe, something they think or don't think, some action that they take or do not take. In other words, you're trying to change human thought and behavior when you give a persuasive speech. Let's go back to the first, the impromptu speech. Impromptu speaking is also called in our culture off-the-cuff speaking. It's called other things in other cultures, but each implies, and you should infer when you hear the idiomatic phrases used to describe impromptu or off-the-cuff speaking, you should understand that off-the-cuff speaking is designed to be used at a moment's notice, no preparation. Now that sounds hard, doesn't it? You know, some people are afraid to give speeches even when they've been practicing and preparing and have written them out months in advance. Well, actually, impromptu speaking is the easiest type of speech because you give between 30 and 40,000 words a day off the cuff, impromptu, every single day from the time you wake up in the morning and say to yourself, where's my coffee, tea, or whatever it is that you drink in the morning, if anything, until the time you go to bed. Put the dog out, kiss your loved one goodnight, and go to sleep. All day and all night, 30 to 40,000 words without even thinking of it. The next, informative speaking. Informative speaking is accomplished by using data, facts, opinions, research, stuff called logos by the ancient Greeks. The logos to the ancient Greeks was the thing that you informed with, the information, the argument. So informative speaking, your goal there is simply to inform. And then, of course, public speaking to persuade, to change attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors is called persuasive speaking. And not strangely enough, and not oddly enough, but exactly enough, we use the same types of tools or logos to persuade as we do to inform. Facts and figures, data, research, evidence, expert opinions. So the three types of public speaking that you will learn next in this class, Fundamentals of Oral Communication, will accomplish for you all of the types of speaking that you want to accomplish with oral communication. We will cover later in the course nonverbal communication. And that's a very fascinating subject, and we'll get to it when the time comes. But for now, hold on, sit tight, prepare to have a good time, because here come the three forms of public speaking.